All right, that was Usher. You make me wanna. So there is a book in the Bible. It is Proverbs 18:16. A man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. I've had an occasion to think about that a lot. A couple of weeks ago, me and some other people were invited to talk at the White House, and I, at that point, was very angry, as I'm sure are many of you. And I got a chance to lay out what I felt were the problems I'd had with. I said, I spoke bluntly. I remember that day talking to a bunch of people and being really having a lot of trepidation about what I would say. And I thought about Nathan and what he had to say to David. Even though he loved David, even though he respected David, he still had things that he needed to say to David. And I felt a lot like that when I went to speak for them. And I felt like that from my perspective. I never went to say I was reflective of anybody's perspective other than mine, nor have I ever done that. I will tell you how I feel about it. I will tell you what I believe. But I know that no man or one man or woman or group of men or women can epitomize a race that is 40-some million people. A race that has both Barack Obama and Tim Scott. They got Barack Obama and Flavor Flav. How could one man quantify those experiences? And I've never tried to say that I would. I was invited. I was very... I had a lot. I had a lot of trepidation about going because I knew how I felt and I was angry, like a lot of people are. And I knew that I was going to have a conversation with somebody who I'm very fond of, but still I had a problem with what was happening. As a matter of fact, when I said what I had to say, and I won't get into who was there, when I said what I had to say, they went, whew. But I never went as anything other than me and representing what I felt like. I took the invitation for my individual self. I was invited to ride in the motorcade. I'm like, I don't want to do that because I need to say some things. It's hard to talk bad to somebody when they give you a ride somewhere. I got a chance to say a lot of things, as did a lot of the other people. And if they decide that they want to tell you who they are, then that's on them. I know that I specifically went from my perspective and only edified the things I believe. I've never claimed to be any representative of anybody other than me. But I was troubled. I was flummoxed by a lot of stuff when people were like, well, how come you got to go? And I bet you did this. And my gift made room for me. I'm not a special human being. I don't claim to be the brightest or the sharpest or the best representative. I claim to be an expert in the way I feel about things. And for whatever reason, my gift put me in that room. If you think that I or anybody else is not the right messenger, use your gift to put you in the room. Use your gift. Don't denigrate somebody else's. If you feel like you have something to say, I was in the presence of people by sheer force of will. Sheer force of will. And for whatever reason, the Most High said, this is where you're going to be. My gift made room for me. And if you believe what you have is that worthy, find a way to have your gift make room for you. Don't denigrate somebody else's gift. Just like they did it, you can do it too. But it's easy to sit back and say what you would say or what you should have said. How come they didn't? And they don't talk to real niggas. Okay, then all that aside, if that is that indelible and whatever connection you have to whatever spiritual realm is out there or the zeitgeist that's out there, connect to them and make sure the thing that you exude, the gift that you have, places you where you feel you need to be. I know I did. That's a little note from the GED section. Got the GED report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.